Cowboy Jim. Oh, dear Lord. Jeez. Elderly people should get a life, apparently. Uh, 94, 96, may have been 98. Wendys restaurant. Pretty good hamburgers, actually. Grandpa burger, very good. My son and I, his name, Big Scott. It's actually Scott, but he's pretty big. And he and I went for lunch. We were working on the west side of the Deerfoot, Queenie 2 or something, and across the way there was a Wendys, and I have always really gotten a lot of joy out of a triple hamburger, relish, onions, perhaps, not much more, trying to cut down. Oh, what a joke. And anyways, we went over there and quite a lineup at lunch. And my son and I, we were lined up to order our burgers, and I looked around. I saw a young man, a windbreaker, light white and light blue, and blonde-haired. Don't think he had a hat on. And I saw him. My son was intent upon ordering the burgers, and watched that young man, and he was going from table to table to table, and people were shaking their heads no. I knew what he was doing. He was hungry, and I took the money out of my pocket and I handed it to my son, and I noticed that man, that young man, blonde hair. Oh dear Lord, I didn't notice until I got up to him outside, but oh, the bluest, clearest, ice blue eyes you have ever seen. And I said to my son, I said, of course, son. I said, Scott, here, take care of the bill. He knew, all I wanted. And I had it out of Wendys, east side of the Deerfoot in Airdrie. And I was hard on that young man's trail. And I went past the table and somebody said, Jim. I turned and I looked and I thought, I don't know who you are, but I somehow think I worked on your house down near Crossfield 6 or 8 years before. And he said, oh, Jim, it is so good to see you. I said, oh, my brother. That's what I say to people when I can't remember their names. That's what I say to my sons when I can't remember theirs. Nonetheless, I'm joking. And I said, how you doing? He said, oh, Jim, I'm doing good. His lady was there, a couple of little kids. And I said, oh, what an honor for me to see you. Oh, dear God, I thank him for the privilege that I had in getting to know you. I didn't even know his name. I knew his heart. It was a good heart. He said, Jim, how you doing? I said, my brother. I said, I can't talk to you right now. I said, I have to catch up to that young man out there. And he said, yes. said, I know. So, I headed out of the Wendys. My son, Big Scott, big kid. I caught up to that young man. I said, son. He said, yes. I said, what are you doing in there? He said, I was trying to ask people if they would help me out with a bus ticket to Calgary. I said, I studied his eyes. Clear. Crystal clear. I said, son, I'll help you. I said, I'll help you. Scott, Big Scott, he come out with our hamburgers. I should have given the kid one. Jeez, I never thought of that. And I said, how much do you need? He said, I need $17. Big Scott, I taught him to have a good heart. His mother taught him to have a good heart. And I said, son, what can I do? He said, I just need enough money to buy a bus ticket back to Calgary. He said, that's all. I said, and I was reaching in my wallet. I knew what I had in there. It was not much. And I thought, I'll do what I can. So I pulled the wallet out. I took every cent out of it. I took every loony, toonie. I don't know if they had loonies back then. Well, geez, they had liberals, so they must have had loonies. I took every cent out of my pocket. And I said, here, my son's car. He emptied his pockets, as I had done. And he put all the money, as I had done, in that young man's hand. Then I thought, I've never done this. But I sure was going to. And we emptied the pockets of my coat. Truck wasn't too far away, minus 30. I took my coat off. I asked the young man, I said, turn around and put this coat on you, son. He had been cold. I know what cold is. Two types of cold. One external, one internal. I knew them both, eh? Anyways. Shoot. Just blew my nose. Isn't that going to sound terrible? Actually, my coat fitted him quite well. Terrible coat. only a windbreaker. A friend from down near Foremost named Mike Harty. He had given me that coat during harvest. He said, "You don't have a coat?" I said, "I don't know what happened to my coat since last winter." He said, "Take this one." I took it. I gave it. Hey, I don't know what happened to that young man. I don't know squat. I know this. God loves me. He cares for me. Loves my son, my Scott, my Joe, my youngest son. God taught all of us how to love. Christmas, cold, heart. I did a video, I think 3 videos ago, and I said, I wish you joy, peace, happiness, the greatest of these is love. Christmas, your heart. The greatest of these is love.